here, Mayato. Not going to go low. He's going to try and fake the 48. Travato using the inside lane. Mayato now up half a groove. The second position looks for his first race win. Oh, hard contact. Mayato up in the air, up on the hood on the Geico machine. All over his back bumper. Going to have to be very tactical with his moves. Oh, and hard under braking. Travato nearly locked or safe. Very big slide out of turn number 1. Here comes Chris Samar, Kevin Cornelius. They're going to make a charge in the third lane. Is it too little, too late? Are they going to have the run out of turn number 4? Mark Emerald, they're all going to wreck. Dennis Faircloth in the lead right now. Here comes Nick Gardner. Hello and welcome to the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series live tonight from Iowa Speedway, one of the most unique tracks on the NASCAR circuit. 7/8 mile racetrack here, and going to be a really fun one tonight. I've got Alec Martinez in the booth with me. Alec, what are you looking forward to here in the cornfields?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to the racing product, but I've never been to Iowa. I'm sure the corn's pretty good, but I'm looking forward to these next-gen cars tackling another track that they really haven't seen. And Iowa being such a different track compared to any, really, the only track I think you could really compare this to is Richmond and out in Virginia. But this track's there's more lines to use and a lot more character. And we can just see the different seams here. I'm just looking forward to hopefully some good racing. And I think we will, after Chicago, man, these guys have set a high standard for the racing product. And I have a lot of confidence that these guys can deliver here, and I think this track's going to put on a heck of a show.
Yeah, I think so as well. A lot of different grooves that can be run. The cars were a handful in practice and qualifying so far. Seth Hatchel now at the top of the board. He was the winner last week at Chicagoland in a very exciting finish against his teammate Keith Mayato, who currently sits second on the scoring pylon. Eric Hutton, Zach Carr, Alan Dice making up the top 5. Yeah, a lot of drivers you might not necessarily see at the front. And more traditional racetracks might, have a little bit more success here at a track like Iowa. Definitely a unique place to race around, and one of my favorites personally. A lot of people do not agree with that sentiment, but I love coming here and racing. As we take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race, Zach Carr with his 5 wins on the season. Has the most of everyone, but he lost a few points to Seth Hatchel, who got his 3rd win of the season last week. AJ Stravato in the 3rd position in points, and I'm just realizing we don't have the updated graphic showing, so get that updated. There we go.
There we go. Well, I think we can tell you. Zach Carr's leading the points still, but Seth Hatch was able to close that gap up last week at Chicago. after Carr had a little bit of trouble. But I mean, Seth Hatchel, he won the race last week, and there's nothing better than closing up the gap by just winning. And let me tell you, he's going to be only 17 points behind the leader. AJ Stravado only 22, and then Keith Maiano only 26, and then Angelo Ronas in fifth in points will be 30 points behind. So it's going to be close here. I mean, there's still 5 guys realistically in the hunt, unless, you know, a lot of things started shaking as AJ Stravado jumps to the top of the board and looks like he'll probably get provisional pole. But yeah, you know, looking here, I mean, we got a tight battle for the championship, and we only have 4 or 5 more races to go here. So we're going to Atlanta next week. Then we got Bristol, Homestead for the championships. Only 4 races, including this. So, you know, points are going to get tight. And I know Seth Hatchel, man, he knows how to fight, claw his way up, and him and Zach Carr are going to have a heck of a battle. And then we can have AJ Stravado, Keith Maiano, and Angelo Ronas slowly close in as well. And you might have a five-man dance for the championship.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you hope for when it comes down to those final few races. This is the chase format, so a little bit different than what you might be used to seeing out of some other racing leagues here on iRacing, and also in real-world NASCAR. A little bit different, but this 8-race chase that this series is running this season, definitely relying a bit more on consistency from the drivers to try and capture that championship. Stravado currently atop the boards, as you said, not generally where we've seen him this season qualifying. I don't think he has any poles in the first 16 races, but this would be quite the time to get that extra bonus point.
I mean, I think he's going to be able to get it here, looking at it. I don't believe anybody else is on the racetrack to take a lap, so yeah, Stravado should start on the pole here. Hatchel second, Maiano third, Gemmel fourth, and Hutton will be in the last car in the top 5 here.
Yeah, so all chase contenders up there really in the top 6. Then you got Alan Dice up in the mix there. Good qualifying effort by him. Reggie Ortega, Eric Lambert, also very quick in practice. I think he was top 5 fastest. James Loveland up there as well, too. I've got a feeling, you know, Chris Simard, who we are not seeing him up there at the front of this field, but he was very quick in practice as well.
Oh, he did, yeah, 14th. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like Chris is definitely seen he's had the speed on the short track. So, Chris is going to be a guy you have to watch out. He's going to be definitely a story to look forward into this race, and obviously starting midfield here. So, it's going to be interesting seeing if he can claw his way up to the field.
Definitely will be one of those drivers to watch, but it looks like they're headed to the drivers' meeting. We are going to cut quickly to commercial break from the league sponsor Martin Sports and a couple others, and we will be right back with the starting grid.
Welcome to VSPEED, your home for sim racing excitement, providing dramatic moments from iRacing and beyond. We offer broadcasting for leagues across iRacing with specialized packages to help grow your league and advertise your sponsors.
I think, and right now Stravado with that advantage. It's half a car length the difference between first and second going into turn 1. He gives the bumper to Connor Horn.
These two have gone all year to get to this point. Jacob Shorba drifting up the racetrack. They make contact. The 88 goes around. The 95 goes around. The 12 caught in it.
Our design team can help you create anything from paint schemes to sim rig parts with expertise in both 2D and 3D design with 3D printing capabilities. Looking to get into broadcasting yourself? We can help you design and operate custom overlays to make your stream look as professional as possible. Our team can create and manage custom merchandise sales for you and your team. Check out our shop to see what we have in stock and how we can create some awesome merch for you. Check out our race replays on YouTube or catch us live weekly on Twitch. Visit us at vspeedsim.com to see how we can help you on your iRacing journey.
Back at the racetrack now for the Butts Mobile Homes 150. Going to be going through our starting grid here at Iowa Speedway. Rolling off from the front row tonight, it is going to be AJ Stravato capturing that top time in the number 33 machine. So he'll be getting the pole here tonight from Iowa. That bonus point going to be so valuable with the championship races winding down here. Seth Hatchel going to be rolling off alongside the last week's winner, starting in second. Starting in third tonight, going to be Keith Mayato looking for his first victory of the season. Ryan Gemmel starting in fourth. Fifth, Eric Hutton. Sixth, Zach Carr, the points leader. Alan Dice going to be starting in the seventh position. Reggie Ortega rolling off from eighth. Eric Lambert in ninth. And James Loveland rounds out the top 10.
And in 11th, we got Dallas Sullivan. 12th, Kyle McGarvey. 13th, Nick Starley. Somebody to watch for, one of the chase contenders. We could expect him to probably move up the field. Chris Samard, 14th. Dennis Fairclough, 15th. Ben Bafford, 16th. 17th, Angelo Ronas. 18th, Cody Atkins. 19th, Timmy Emanuele. And 20th, Zach Smith.
21st tonight, TJ Brendel. 22nd, Robert Gilmore. And that is going to do it at 22-car field. A little bit more than we had, I believe, last week. But
Or
still
about the same, I'm trying to think.
somewhere in that range. But a little smaller racetrack than Chicagoland. So just like last week, I don't think it'll be short on action.
No, it should be a fun race. And I got to ask you, who's your pick?
My pick tonight, I think Keith Mayato is going to get it done for the first time this season. He's been knocking on the door week in, week out, and he was just really inches away before a caution. And Seth Hatchel was able to keep the lead over him last week. Otherwise, it would have been his race, I think, to lose.
Yeah, that was my second pick if he didn't pick the first one. But I think he started on the front row, man. He is trying to close up that championship gap to Zach Carr. I'm telling you, I think Seth Hatchel, man, he's going to go back-to-back 2 weeks in a row, and I think he's going to close up that points gap just a little bit more.
Very possible. He is on quite the run here, starting to close up that points margin to Zach Carr. And Zach Carr is starting in sixth, so he'll have a little bit of work to do to get up there and lead some laps with all of these fast guys right here in front of him as well. But always watch out for that 27 to get up there and mix things up. This is race 17 of the 20 race season in the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series. And it has been a good one so far. A lot of great racing action. Of course, cheer on your favorite driver. Let us know you're out there and watching and who you are rooting for tonight. We'll follow along with them throughout the race. And quickly, let's take a look at the weather coming into start of the race. 93-degree track temp, 78-degree air temp. So it's It's not too hot out, but the track is a little bit warm. These guys definitely going to be struggling with the back end of these race cars, though. Turn 3 going to be a real trouble spot, I think, tonight.
Yeah, I would expect that this track's only going to get hotter as the race goes on. So I'm expecting that these cars probably be slipping and sliding around, and the track temp will keep continuing to rise as more rubber gets put down. So I think by the end of this race, we'll be seeing guys using that bottom in 3 and 4, and guys up on that wall, or at least in that third groove, as we get to the closing stages of this race. So it's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
It should be a great one. And again, we do thank you for tuning in here on VSPEED. Hope you enjoy the race. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. And here we go. The field in the hands of AJ Stravato and Seth Hatchel, and the 2 VSPEED machines behind him. Green flag in the air. We're off and away from Iowa.
Green flag that I was expecting, but Seth Hatchel trying to use that top. You can see drifts wide. Stravato able to get back into the gas before him, but Hatchel fights back on the outside.
A drag race down into turn number 3. Maiato right there behind. This is going to be where we see some issues tonight. You see Alan Dice chase it up the hill a little farther back. Drag race out of turn number 4. Hatchel with the lead at the line. He'll take that first bonus point, crossing the stripe with the race lead. Side by side farther back, Zach Carr has already gained 2 positions. Here comes Stravato, though, fighting back down low for the lead.
Stravato's able to get a good exit, but as you can see, look at the distinct lines we're seeing. Ortega already up into the 3rd lane. That top lane's able to carry a little more momentum. Stravato was not able to put the power down. He'll slide up and get in front of Keith Maiato, and he'll slide into the 2nd position behind them. Reggie Ortega making some moves on that outside as he'll go by the 6th of Gemmel.
Yeah, Gemmel kind of going the wrong direction. I think Maiato just caught the wall, though, out of turn number 2, or got very close. He lost a bit of momentum. We'll have to check the right side of that race car. I think farther back, maybe some issues for TJ Brendel.
What's going on? Probably a lot of side-by-side battling. We got Eric Lambert and the 56 of James Loveland. As Loveland misses a little bit of the track, I think he had missed the 19 locking up the front brakes there. He's going to use that very high line. Sullivan's going to look underneath him. And behind them, Nick Starling and the 42 of Kyle McGarvey battling.
And Chris Smart right here in the middle of all of this. Starling with the new paint scheme on that car. As he works the top side, he's got Ronas behind him. They are making their way past McGarvey. And doing a good job up there in that middle lane right now, which is definitely an option around this racetrack. You can kind of run there. The top side is viable in 3 and 4, but definitely not as much in turns 1 and 2 as Hatchel.
The only guy really running out, sorry, I got you out there, but the only guy really running that outside lane is the 2 of Reggie Ortega. And I'm telling you, all the guys are probably loving that he's able to do that and rubbering it in, because Ortega's tires are going to wear off a lot quicker because it's a little bit green up there. Not as much rubber. As Ortega starts to put that down, I would assume by the end of this run, we'll start seeing guys move around as this car probably starts to build tighter as the run goes on.
Reggie working up there on the top side out of turn number 4. He has to lift just a little bit. These cars definitely a handful out of that corner. Look at Zach Carr now send it to the inside of Maiato. Almost drifts up into him.
We've seen issues already with these cars having a little bit of dirty air. Another reason why we might see the nose take off is just following in the wake of somebody. The car does not like that when you get directly behind somebody.
Eric Hutton back here a little ways in 7th. Eric Lambert running in 8th. This is what he considers his best track, one of his favorite tracks.
Oh, we got a battle for 2nd. Seems like Maiato was able to move up the racetrack, get a run on AJ Stravato. Stravato now down to the inside. Maiato using that 2nd lane. Stravato painting that yellow line. Maiato able to get the bite off the corner, get the momentum. He'll take the 2nd position. Carr now trying to get past his teammate in the 33.
And you wonder if maybe Stravato and Hatchel pushed a little bit too hard there those opening couple laps, but Maiato drifts up the racetrack. Oh, Reggie Ortega!
Loose off the corner.
Will hang on to it, though. He'll lose just 1 spot to Brian Gemmel, who takes 5th.
A lot of paddles all over this racetrack. This is what we love to see.
Maiato did complete the pass on Stravato. So give the 36 that 2nd position. Those two no strangers to one another. Zach Carr right there in tow, as well as it looks like Ortega able to secure the spot, but Hutton now tries the inside lane. That 88 car right down along the yellow line. And this is a
The
tough
momentum will
spot.
Ortega's not able to stick it, and looks like Hutton's able to slide up there. There's just not enough rubber up there on that top to at least build the run. I think Ortega's a little too high, all the marbles being up there, but battle for the lead. Mayato starting to show the pace, goes down to the inside of the 8. He'll dive underneath. Hatchel does not run that third lane, he'll run the second lane. Stravato follows him in the second lane. Mayato right now showing some muscle. He's got the speed to get to the lead.
Yeah, that 36 looking very strong so far in the early laps. Take a look a little farther back here. 2 and 3 wide for a moment there. You see Angelo Ronas working his way forward up to 12th now. Samard breaks into the top 10. Alan Dice has lost a few positions from his 7th starting spot. And Dennis Faircloth, another chase driver back here, solidly in the top 15. Dallas Sullivan right behind him.
Right now, it seems like that middle lane is about the strongest lane as we continue up to the battle for second. Mayato's just kind of stuck on the bottom. Hasn't made a ton of progress there. And now Stravato's able to clear him, and now he'll be side by side with Zach Carr in the 27. Carr and Stravato are able to roll that middle lane a lot better and just carry the momentum off the corner than what Mayato's been able to do, hooking that bottom lane. He'll fall back from second to now back to fourth. And now Ryan Gimmel, his teammate, who's in fifth, starting to reel him in.
Yeah, interesting there. Mayato usually is one of the drivers who's better at saving stuff on the long run. Maybe he just uses stuff up a little bit to make those passes, and has cost himself some precious tire around this racetrack. Is almost catches the wall. Maybe a little scuff right there. Here comes Gemmel, who's got the nose right to the bumper. He has to check up early on turn entry.
You know, obviously Seth Hatchel has the clean air, but it seems like he's kind of holding this train up a little bit. Believe it or not, the two fastest cars on the racetrack right now are the 19 and the 56, who are sitting in 9th and 10th, or 8th and 9th right now. Eric Lambert has speed in that 19 and that 56, and James Loveland also with a lot of speed. Chris Samard again, starting to charge his way up to the front, was the fastest car that time.
Yeah, 24.90 flat compared to next fastest was Stravato at 24.91, and he's taking a look to the inside for the race lead.
Like I said, it just doesn't seem like Hatchel has the pace right now. He hasn't been able to really roll, and he's kind of been holding these guys up. I feel like if any other car is going to get ahead of the 8, they'll probably start opening a gap. I mean, Hatchel has the clean air right now, but it seems like the 33, the 27, the 36 have a little more pace than him. Could be saving his tires. It's another thing we got to look at.
Yeah, Stravato's going to have to work really hard to get past this 8 machine, who's often very difficult to get past. But still early in this race, maybe Seth will be a little bit lenient here and maybe let AJ go out there and try and burn his stuff up. But how about a little farther back? Eric Lambert looks to make a move. Oh, and he gets into Reggie Ortega!
Oh! What a save by Ortega and Lambert. Now Lambert with a little bit of front end damage. Ortega with some rear end damage. Not a ton of damage on those cars.
Very impressive saves by both drivers. That was a big hit and big slides.
The biggest loser in that situation might have been James Loveland, but it seems like Ortega's tires are really starting to fall off here. We talked about him using that top lane, kind of, oh man, Lambert is just locking up those front tires. We've seen that be a problem in these next gen cars. You hit the brakes a little too hard, those left front tires will start locking up.
It's Lambert, who has been pretty quick here in these opening 20 laps. Little couple issues there, back-to-back laps, and he's going to try and recover here on the top side alongside Samard, but not able to completely clear him for the moment. Still inside the top 10. Good race going for him at the moment. He'll want to get that damage fixed for the race lead, though.
But back behind these leaders here, Eric Hutton and Ryan Gimmel have caught this three-car train. Going into turn 1, Eric Hutton almost got into the back into the 6th and spun him around. Came very close from hitting him. I'm starting to notice these guys looking, almost using that third lane, which is not normally something you see here at Iowa, but now the 33 goes down to the inside of the 8. Can he make it stick?
He's getting it to stick right now, but this is the really difficult end of the racetrack. You see he washes up a little bit. Hatchel not giving him a ton of space. Here comes Zach Carr right behind him.
Yeah, Serrato just got a little loose off of that corner, man. I'll tell you, this is the raciest I've seen a race, or one of the more race-tier racetracks we've seen, with just guys being able to run everywhere on this track. We've already seen it. The racing product seems to prosper when we're able to use multiple lanes. Thank you, iRacing. But let me tell you, it's great to see multiple lanes being used here.
Yeah, and AJ's just rolling 1 and 2 so much better than the 8 of Seth Hatchel.
I believe Eric Lambert might have gone to the wall. That right side is all scraped up, but now Stravado able to clear the 8. And Stravado goes to the lead, and now Hatchel might lose 2 positions. Here comes Zach Carr underneath the 8.
Yeah, so the 33 and the 27 saving tires a bit and really rolling 1 and 2 very well. Hatchel struggling.
Oh, Carr gets tight right there. He followed the wake of that 33, and that car almost shot up the hill into the 8 of Seth Hatchel. These guys are all under a blanket. This is awesome racing.
Yeah, and Stravado, the pole sitter, now gets back to the point for the first time tonight. He didn't even lead lap 1, but he's out there now. He's got a car length and a half over his teammate Zach Carr. And then
some time.
Look at Hutton.
Eric Hutton.
Here comes Mayato as well, going to try and make the move around Hatchel. So I think Seth may have used.
Yeah, Hatchel's tires are not. He just cannot get the center rotation that everybody else is getting. He might have burned off that right front. Now it's going to be about salvaging those lost positions. He doesn't want to lose too much, but he got to salvage his positions. Now you want to maybe be this last car in this little train here, but now Zach Carr looking underneath the 33 of AJ Stravado for the lead. Something Seth Hatchel does not want to see.
Yeah, and Stravado doesn't want to see that either. I mean, he's fighting for that championship.
No one wants to see the 27 car get up in the front, I can tell you that.
Yes, he's going to send it down into turn number 3 alongside Stravado.
Yeah, somebody's probably been saving tires, that 36 car, and he's just waiting in the wings of these guys, either getting together or try to capitalize on at least one of these guys if somebody's able to clear, I can tell you. But man, that 88 car is fast. He was the fastest car by almost a 10th.
Yeah, interesting fact
Carson
about.
with the lead.
And Mayato, big wiggle there. Eric Hutton did win here in the Xfinity Series in this league a couple seasons back. That was his. That was the season opener. He ended up winning that race, and he has performed here very well in the past. As Stravado now cuts back down to the inside, he's got the potentially.
If Mayato's able to get to that outside. Oh, wow, that actually stacked up. It looks like Carr kind of missed the corner there. Now Stravado's going to pull about even with them on the straightaway here. I tell you, man, Iowa Speedway is a heck of a track. I don't know why we don't have a cup date here. I really do question why we don't, because this is putting on a show here.
They gave him one at Gateway, but this is, I think, the next one on my list that they definitely need to give them a race here. But I know it's in the middle of the cornfields. It puts on one of the best shows there is in all of NASCAR.
Great movie. I think they built the stadium in Iowa. If you build it, they will come. Let me tell you. If you just put a little more grandstands here, they will come, because this track puts on a heck of a race.
Yeah, and it's not too far from Chicagoland. You know, if you go straight west, probably a few hours, but you know, not too terribly far for a little drive if you wanted to.
Three wide action for the 7th position. Sorry about that. James
Ortega!
Ortega slaps the outside wall, and that toe link might be broken on that right front.
Yeah, Reggie has not had the best few races here the last few weeks. This one going to be seemingly another. That car?
No, Cody Atkins, I believe, hit the wall as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some damage on the back end. I think he got run into, or maybe he hit the wall and then got run into. But either way, DJ Brendel back here racing it up with Dennis Faircloth, and Dennis not having his best performance.
No.
But he'll, you know, last week he got a top 10 just running it out, so maybe could be the same situation here tonight.
Maybe sometimes you just gotta stay in the ball game, so to speak. So just gotta stay with it. Last week, you know, it was going clean and green for the first 50 laps. Then a caution came on, and then everything changed. Big wrecks, and the race just went wild from there.
Snapping out at the front of the field, Zach Carr, he stretched it out by almost a half second over Keith Mayato. And it's going to be interesting to see who continues to work the different lanes. It looks like a lot of these guys have settled into that middle groove, which I find maybe saves a little bit of tire, but it's not necessarily the quickest way around.
I feel like the bottom saves the most tire. I'm surprised to not see as many guys using it, especially in 1 and 2. You usually want to wrap that yellow line. I know it's bumpy down there, but if you can wrap that yellow line good and at least can keep consistent speed down there, usually saves your tires pretty good. The middle lane to the bottom, usually in 3 and 4, usually save your tires. I mean, I know you were. I wasn't that good at Iowa, but I at least knew how to save tires a little bit. But you,
Yeah.
man, you had a grip on this track last time we were racing here in Xfinity, and I tell you, I could never even understand what you were doing. I mean, you were just faster than me, and just could never get a grip of this track here in Richmond, man. I tell you. Although Iowa, I would say, is a much better track than Richmond. No offense to Richmond, just never been a big fan of that track.
Yeah, I'm a big fan on the sim of both of them. Although Richmond doesn't put on quite the show that this one does. This is there's so many options of where to run here, and you can see that. Look at Hutton. He's putting pressure on AJ Stravato now. This would be for a top 3 spot. Hutton hasn't won yet this season, but he's always a driver threatening to win. You know, this season he's had a lot of great performances, just not had quite the results, I think, that reflect that.
Yeah. We've only had about 5 different winners, so
yeah.
we've had the big 3, and then we've had Ben Baffert win 2, and then Joshua Abbott win at Daytona. So I mean, there hasn't been a lot of parity, as they say. The word this year has been used, at least in the Cup Series. Hasn't been as much parity as we've seen.
Yeah, as far as winners in the chase, I mean, you've got the big 3 up at the top of the standings, and then you've got Chris Simard as well, who found victory lane. But Eric Hutton, I mean, he's got 8 wins.
Forgot about Chris Simard.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, Eric Hutton has 8 career wins in this league, so he is no slouch here. I mean, that's only a few less than Zach Carr. That's only 1 less than you, Alec. He's 6th on the list, so it's not like he hasn't had a success. He's a guy to watch out for. So,
fortunate enough to win multiple races here, and man, I tell you, every one of those wins were really, really hard fought. No matter what this league brings, it's such great competition week in and week out. I cannot wait for next season, and I know Nick Starling does a great job recruiting. So, I'm looking forward to next season. Hopefully, we have a little more stirring to the pot with front runners. Who knows who we might be able to get? I think next year, I know Ben Baffert's not in this race, but Ben Baffert, I could see him being another guy competing for the championship next year. And then who knows if we get more newcomers into the league next year. It will be very interesting to see.
Yeah, they're changing the format up with the different cars on Monday nights, and then
we got an Xfinity Series on Monday nights, right?
Yeah, and that's for drivers below a specific I rating. I think they've changed the rules a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Different faces in each of those races, and we won't be seeing. Hopefully, we can get some of the Monday night races broadcast on here, but we'll have to wait and see how that all works out.
And then
either
Tuesday
way,
I'm sure Tuesday we'll have some. Well, I hope we're broadcasting next year on Tuesdays, because man, I've enjoyed this, and I tell you, we've got a battle for the 10th position or 9th position to Angelo Ronas and Eric Lambert. Eric Lambert, man, he is having himself a heck of a run. He always got some right side damage, but man, he's been fast.
Yeah, and he's a guy that I would, say if he gets a caution, like if there's a caution here, you can get that right side cleaned up. He might very well contend up there well within the top 10. I mean, he was running in 6th, 7th position, when he made some contact with Reggie Ortega, and then kind of went downhill for both of them at that point. But
we're talking about the composite body. I mean, I think he'll be fine as long as he didn't really damage him more, and I don't think he wants to damage it here with the 22. But man, they're racing tight right now. Nick Starling, look at his chops and seeing 2 positions possibly right in front of him if these 2 guys slip up.
Tell you what, Nick Starling was about 0.3 faster than each of those 2. They are racing side by side like this, but 0.3 is no joke. He's as fast as the leaders up there, really.
He is. Yeah, Starling did a great job saving his tires, and he's a big Corey LaJoie fan. I've noticed he's got the 7 on there for a reason. I think. Oh man, Ronas got really tight. I think Starling's going to be able to capitalize and get in both of these positions here if he can just play it right. Oh man, he rides in the wake of that 22, kind of gets tight there. You can see him almost lose the nose, and he did lose the nose. Lambert's going to clear for that position. Starling now going to try to go after the 22, but yeah, he's a big Corey LaJoie fan. Corey LaJoie's pretty cool. And did you see Corey LaJoie's scheme for this week?
I didn't.
It's really cool. It's like a red, white, and blue camo for the USO, and looks really, really nice. And we got some development. AJ Stravato fell back a little bit. I think Hutton was able to pass him along with Gemmel. Stravato's tire is also starting to fall off, but Hutton moves up to the 3rd position. Chris Simard up to 6th. A big comeback, a big mover of the race so far, I would say. That's up 7 positions.
Yeah, and he's actually been gaining time on the race leaders. the last handful of laps. He was at one point almost 3 seconds back. Finds himself about 2.6 at the moment, 2.7 or so. You know, but he's still gaining time while making passes. It's very impressive.
You know, I've noticed that Samart's been the guy that's run about the highest in 3 and 4. As Starling's able to capitalize and take a position on Angelo Ronas, but now Gemmel looks to the inside of Hutton, trying to throw the slider in on him, and he's able to do it. So Gemmel up to 3rd, but Samart's really starting to use a little bit of those higher about the 3rd lane or so.
Oh, big bobble from AJ Stravato in front of him. He saved it, but
Hutton's got some damage on that right side. I think Hutton might have gotten to the wall not too long ago.
Yeah, and these
we'll
guys
see it going into 1 here.
Guys are all wheeling it. Yeah, look at that damage on the 88. That is a big scrape along the right side, and that right front all crumpled up. I think he's struggling a little bit more down on this end of the racetrack. You can see he washes up there a bit. But Gemmel up to P3. I mean, started 4th.
Not as fast as the leaders, and he was passing Hutton that last time, so I'm curious to see what his lap time is here. 76 to faster than his teammate in the 36, not as fast as the 27, who's obviously out in clean air, but Gemmel's showing some good speed here. Hutton turning 8, so some guys falling off a little bit, but those top 3 are setting some pretty fast lap times, and I'm assuming pretty soon we'll probably be running into lap traffic. We're definitely going to have to be pitting here within the next 30 or so laps, which, crazy to say, I have never seen green flag pit stops in Iowa, so that's going to be interesting.
I think I've only seen him once before. How about James Loveland back here in 8th?
Loveland's having a heck of a run.
He is closing up on these guys as well. He at the previous lap to this one, he'd run a very good one, but this last time by he didn't run quite as quick. He is, yeah.
He's really good at Bristol. So, yeah, I know he's. And speaking of Bristol, I think we're going there in 2 weeks. So, yeah, he's a really good driver at Bristol, and you know, I'll tell you, this car showcases your talent and at certain tracks. So I could see Mr. Loveland running up at the front at Bristol.
Yeah, definitely could see that. And he is running a real world street stock here in a couple weeks, and he's got VSPEED up on the front fenders, which is really awesome. And we wish him the best of luck. I'm hopefully going to be able to go see a few of the races that he's in at Lancaster Speedway up just outside of Buffalo, New York. Yeah, it's got a cool, it's got a Monte Carlo front end, and it looks like some type of a Malibu roof on it, but nice looking, freshly painted car.
Got to support those local dirt and short tracks, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I know James has been, he tried out dirt last year, and he had never done it before. He had some success with that, but he's happy to be back on pavement, I think. Is that car closing up on Robert Gilmore, who would be our first lap car of the night?
You know, this could help Mayato in a way where, I mean, I think Gilmore's going to be really cool about it and let car go, but see, it's going to hold him up a little bit. You know, it depends where you catch the lappers, and he caught him in a really bad spot. Mayato's able to gain about a half second there. But yeah, it's just really going to depend where you catch these lap cars at. I mean, Faircloth, he's going into turn 3 right now, so he's almost off of 4, so he's got a little bit, about a half straightaway ahead of the 27, so there's still a little bit before car does start running into traffic. But I think over this next run with the pace that car's been setting, I would expect we'll probably start seeing lap traffic here.
Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like Goebbels kind of stalled out here around 2 seconds behind. He's not gaining, he's not losing, he's just
marred. He's working over that 33 car right now. He is trying everything he can to get around Stravato. You can see he's running a higher line there. Hatchel's car starting to slowly come back to life here, but Samard, I'll tell you, he is getting that back end loose off these corners.
I think he may just be running out of grip. I think everybody's sort of running out of grip, and he's you know, if there's really one way around to look at Gilmore up there, almost in the wall in front of these guys, could be an opportunity. Going to make the 33 have to enter a little.
Able to run up high. Oh wow, Hatchel's able to really run it, but he's going to get tight off the corner. Actually, open a gap up for Stravato there.
Yeah, and Stravato. But looks like Chris got off of turn 4 really well. He had kind of lost some ground on entry to turn 3, got off of 4, exited really low, which is very dangerous on that end of the racetrack. Let's see what he tries to do this time. It gets right up to the bumper. Now he's going to go up. high.
Let's see
And
if he's going to get a huge run down the straightaway.
oh yeah, look at
Oh,
this.
yeah, look at that. Oh, my gosh. What a run. But, you know, we see, you know, it's just as these tires wear, that bottom lane just kind of just can't hold with the middle can. It just depends on the guy who's up on that outside, how their tires are. But I think Stravato's burned his tires off enough to where he's going to be struggling a little bit to get by or to be able to keep up the position. We can see he's able to roll that middle lane, but just I just don't think those right front tires have enough for the grip. Oh,
He caught the wall a little bit there. Little brush for the 33. Not too bad. I think didn't even register, but I saw some sparks fly, so he got right up against it. And
all good.
Samart's still trying to work down low. This is a good battle here for position. Could be very crucial before we get to green flag pit stops.
Track position going to be interesting here for this green flag pit stops. Like I said, haven't ever seen those or pit stops ever happen here, at least under green. So I'm curious to see. Oh, you can see Hatchel locks up the front tires, but it's going to be interesting because it's a weird shaped pit road. It's almost like Darlington almost, where we've seen guys miss pit road. And this, I think, was a little bit different. It's more of a blind entrance into the corner. You'll see it off of turn 4 here. Look at how low you have to go. Look at where pit road is right there. It's at an angle, about a 45, 50-degree angle down. So you're going to have to really stop the car to even make it hook down to that angle. As you can see, Samart almost cleared the 33. Just can't do it, man. He's losing a... I know Samart really wants to get clear. He's losing a lot of time. He's clear up.
I think he got him, but he's not going to pull in front just yet. I think he'll get him right here. Yep.
Should be able to. Now Hatchel's going to dive underneath him.
Auto charging back on the top, though, just not going to be able to get there. So give Samart the top 5 position, now up from 14th.
Well, Loveland's starting to catch these guys, and actually he has caught them. He's right behind the 8 of Seth Hatchel there. So Loveland, again, like we've talked about, he's putting together a good run, and he's looking for that 7th position.
Doing a great job so far in P8. He started in 10th, and he's been up here all race long.
Hey, man, these cars are awesome. I love the way these cars look, and they sound awesome. And, man, this car is just awesome. Let's be honest. This car is awesome.
It is awesome. I think it's even more awesome in the virtual world because they don't have some of the real world problems we've seen with the flat tires and the...
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. But nonetheless, I hope Goodyear gets it all figured out. And I look forward to the 600 this week. It's going to be awesome, and it's Memorial Day weekend. The greatest day in motorsports is back, and I'm excited to witness it again. It's going to be awesome. Indy 500 is going to be awesome. As a motorsports fan, it's just an awesome week.
Yeah, I am so looking forward to the Indy 500. It'll be my first time ever going there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. As DJ Brendel gets put up. Yeah, that save the other day. It was pretty wild.
Beautiful, yeah. And they actually did run into the lap traffic a little bit quicker than I thought. Man, I'm surprised Faircloth, man, he has not had the speed today. Just didn't unload well or something, but he's really fallen off here. And now Zach Carr. Although this has kind of opened up my auto to kind of run down the 27. You can see he hasn't. 27's lost a little bit of that lead, and that last time Samard was a little bit faster.
Yep, and it looks like a little bit easier time getting around the 80 machine right there for my auto as well. So it's under a quarter second. Another driver not having quite the day you'd expect is Angelo Ronas. Back in 17th right now. Started in 17th.
Yeah, that is not something I would expect out of 22. And this could very well put him out of the running for the chase. At least for getting the championship. Should be able to hold, or he's gonna have a fight on his hands for the top 5. But it's gonna, what he's gonna need is a caution to really close up and get some spots here. Because with Zach Carr leading, this is something Angelo does not want to see.
And Reggie Ortega also back here in 18th. Looks like battle for position, Hatchel and Stravato. As that 33 really struggling. Look at the big slide out of turn 2. He hangs on to it, but opens the door for Loveland as well.
Yeah, man, Stravato and Hatchel, or Stravato now really starting to feel the effects. He's really starting to fall back, and especially we're closing in on a 70-lap run here. Those tires are just probably screaming. And I'm sure he's screaming right now and wanting to pit pretty soon, because I'm assuming we're going to probably see pit stops.
Yeah.
I don't know, we might see a one-stopper, or Angelo Ronas is coming in right now. I was expecting about 70 laps to go on these tires and fuel. I would expect maybe Carr to probably come in, well, it depends on my auto, because I'd expect the 2 leaders to probably come in around lap 74, lap 75.
Auto had to lift big time right there. He'll give the 7th position to James Loveland. As, Carr out in front. But Mayato is closed up, and
Actually,
he has stayed right here.
He really has. Just, you can see Keith just, oh, he gets in the wake there. He's got to slide up a little bit, but Carr trying to take a little bit of that arrow, take his line away, but seems like Mayato has just a little more pace than him. Than Carr. I know Carr has the clean air, but it's just Mayato seems like he's able to roll the center a little bit more. I don't know if he can get an onboard on the 36 VSPEED Chevrolet, but he seems like he's able to roll the center a little bit more than in the 27 can. Yeah, look at that. Look at all the pace he's able to gain, but Carr will probably open it up as we get off the corner. No, he wasn't able to. Mayato's tires starting to come to him here about 70 laps in.
You can see Keith actually backs out a little bit earlier, and then he rolls
Look
the
at that
middle.
center speed.
Yeah, so much faster through there. He's
Carr got loose too.
Gonna be close at the exit of the corner. They've put Angelo Ronas now, I think, 2 laps down. He goes to last on the boards. Bravado's in. Faircloth is in.
Oh, Carr got loose. Oh, Carr gets into the wall.
Oh, no! Mayato involved heavily.
Oh, Angelo Ronas is killed on the front end. No hood. I think he got hit by the 36 got into him.
What happened right here? This is the replay. 27 is Zach Carr.
Oh.
I think Mayato's steering.
Nowhere to go for Angelo Ronas. Oh, yeah, the toe link's definitely broken. And Zach Carr's coming in, but a ton of damage on that 27 car.
That's going to give the lead to Ryan Gemmel. This race could have just fallen right into Gemmel's lap. Zach Carr, more problems. This is 2 weeks in a row.
Hatchel. Oh, Lambert almost killed the pit barrels.
I saw that off in the distance right there. He just got on the pit road.
Narrow miss. I'm going to assume Gemmel is going to be staying out here. Samard's staying out as well. Oh, sorry, Mayato is staying out as well. Hutton, Hatchel staying out. Carr pitting. So looking at the lap times right now, AJ Stravato just came in and he's about to turn his next fastest lap here. So let's take a look here. Gemmel turned a 26:105, while Stravato turned a 24:4. So about 1.6 seconds faster than the 6 car right now.
Here comes Gemmel.
As here he comes, yeah.
Yeah, the pit cone just toppled over right there, just from the wind.
That might be a penalty, I think.
No, he didn't hit it. He was not even.
Hit it? We're good.
Yeah, I don't know how it just fell over. Maybe it just respawned there. I'm not sure.
Let's see what car here. Oh, we got a big gaggle of cars. The 8, the 88, the 2, and the 37. The 2 on fresh tires. And look at the closing rate. Oh my gosh.
Oh, big slide.
Hatchel.
What's wild to me is Keith Mayato is still out here, and he is in the race lead right now. Obviously, a lot of damage.
If a caution comes out, it's going to be a big development, let me tell you.
Where does Zach Carr cycle back into this? I mean,
Zach Carr's in 12th. He's about 3 seconds behind AJ Stravato.
Yeah, last lap around, he was only a 10th off his quickest lap.
Gemmel in the 33 just came out side by side. Gemmel's on cold tires, but Stravato's able to come around him. This could be for the lead as we go on later in this race.
And Gemmel with a little fresher tires now. He's got 4 lap fresher tires, and it does seem to make a difference here with the fall off we're seeing.
It will, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming we're going to see another probably 50 or 60 lap run. These guys, I know, looking at it, I think they're going to be going to the end on these tires.
Mayato pulls it on the pit road. Samard, Loveland,
Adkins. Cody Atkins having a good run.
Yeah, he is solidly up there in the top 15 tonight. Seth Hatchel.
Hatchel probably come in this lap. It should unlap Stravato, but Stravato and Gemmel are going at it right now for the race lead, or what's going to be the race lead. Now it's going to depend on where the H is coming in, so where the 36 and the 27 are going to be able to cycle out here.
Timmy Emanuele, we'll see if he pulls a little tire strategy. We've seen him do that in the past. Dallas Sullivan also staying out another lap as Mayato just rolling out of his pit box.
So Carr's going to go by him. It's going to be close with Carr, but yeah, or no, it won't be. So it'll be close with Hutton, and who is that? Hutton and Samard just exiting the pit. So Mayato's going to be able to cycle ahead of Hutton. No, he won't. Maybe it's going to get tied off of 4 with the 39 being there. Oh, it's going to be close.
He's going to get a great run. Mayato.
He's going to hurt him, though.
That is heavy damage. I think he's going to really struggle. It's more than Zach Carr has.
You know, I think he might have damage to the diffuser as well. That's going to be big if he has damage to the diffuser.
Hatchel just rolling off now.
This is going to be interesting because most likely these drivers are going to take it to the end on these tires. So we're going to have about another 70 or so lap, or 78 lap run to the end. So it's going to be interesting here.
Comes Timmy pulling in from the race lead. That'll hand it over to Dallas Sullivan. Give him a lap lead. Also one of the chase drivers. Dallas has been, it's not been his best night either, but he's staying out here trying something different than everybody else.
So looking at, if I'm looking right here, when AJ Stravato came in
10 laps ago.
10 laps. So he will have to run 83 laps on his tires.
And Dallas Sullivan just came in. It was 80 laps for him.
80 laps for Sullivan. So here, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Looking at Gemmel here. Gemmel came in at lap 75. So he'll have about 75 laps on his tires. So yeah, Stravato's going to be going about 79 to 80 laps on his tires here. And we've gotten to green flag pit stops. So the field's everywhere. It's all spread out. There's lap cars everywhere. There's different tire strategies going on. This race is going to get very difficult. And I tell you, if there is no caution, Ryan, I probably just jinxed it by saying that, but Ryan Gemmel is going to be in a good spot. If he just can save his tires, he knows that the 33 is going to, on 4-lap older tires, he knows he's going to have to just be easy with them. Maybe have Stravato push his tires, but Gemmel, he's got a pretty big gap to Zach Carr. So if he can just pressure the 33 right here, I think Gemmel's in the catbird seat.
Yeah, I think he has a good opportunity for his first win in 3 seasons. And, man, he has been waiting for that moment. It's still a long ways to go in this race, though, and the battle for the race lead is on. Stravato in front through turns 1 and 2. Lap 84 on the board. They got by Timmy Emanuele, who just came off pit road. He is a lap down in the lucky dog position, 16th at the moment. But, yeah, those two nose to tail. It's about 2.5 seconds back to Zach Carr, and Zach does have that damage, and then he's got Hutton behind him, who's got damage. Really, Seth Hatchel has the freshest tires of anybody in the top 10.
Well, looking right now, I mean, Zach Carr, Eric Hutton, well, see, Keith Mahato was the fastest that last lap, but Carr and Hutton are about 4/10 faster than the top two, so who knows, they might get there, but I could see tires start to equal out here within the next 20 or 30 so laps. So Carr lost a ton of time with that incident with Gemmel, or with Mayato, excuse me, and I don't know, Carr might be able to get there, but he's gonna have to pass 2 cars.
Yeah, we'll see what he's
Carr
able to
is
do.
lapping faster, and Eric Hutton is lapping faster than the top 3.
And Mayato basically running as fast as Hutton, as well as
Hutton's,
Hatchel and Samard. They're all pretty much running equivalent times, spaced out about 6/10 apiece. I wouldn't be shocked to see Mayato's time start to fall off pretty heavily at the end of the run with all that right side damage, but you never know.
They
Maybe
might, or they might not. Well, we know that this car is strong. I mean, this car takes a hit and keeps on, it keeps going. So I tell you right now, though, I think Gemmel is faster, and he might be saving, but AJ Stravato is holding him up a little bit. And now we got 2 lappers that are behind the leaders on fresher tires, and they want to get their laps back.
Here we go. Gemmel gets into the corner pretty deep there. He might get a good run on the exit of turn number 2, just not able to get alongside. Gonna have to wait for that up.
And Sullivan behind them. I mean, they could play a big role in this.
Yeah,
there goes Gemmel. Oh, he gets loose there. Just can't carry that momentum on that bottom.
But he's still there. Oh, you're good. Those guys definitely could be a factor. Here we go, side by side for the lead. Gemmel down to the yellow line. They've got another lap car out in front, Dennis Faircloth. But yeah, Gemmel just cannot get off of turn number 2. Good enough to stay alongside Stravato. He'll try again in 3 and 4, though.
If Gemmel can, if they can, oh, he's gonna door him there. Low contact.
They got so close. I don't know if they actually touched, but it was inches. And look at that, a little brake check there, I think, into turn number 1. Stravato definitely feeling the tires. He struggled on the long run initially.
And the guys behind them are racing for the lucky dog.
And then Zach Carr is closing in at a pretty good clip right now. He's down under a 1.5 seconds behind them.
I tell you, these two battles that we're seeing right now, one for the lead and one for the lucky dog. And if Gemmel can clear him, he's going to throw the slider in on the corner. He's not going to be able to stick. But if he can use Dennis Faircloth as a pick coming up in this next lap, probably, Gemmel's going to be able to clear here. No, he can't.
He almost could, and he's trying to send it in this end of the racetrack. Travato doing everything he can. He's going to try and cut back under, but no grip.
Enough. Just doesn't have the tires. Gamble to the front. And let me tell you, now he's got to worry about that 27. Sullivan and Emanuele know that they can capitalize on it. Look at the fresh tires on the 46 car. He's going to blow by the 33 and probably blow by the 6 car here. Look at those fresh tires.
Yeah, those guys stayed out. We're taking a look here. 5 more laps or so. So that's the difference in tires there. I mean, Zach Carr pitted very, very close to Timmy Emanuele. So their tires are about equivalent there.
Hatchel just got he passed Mayato, and he's just working on passing Eric Hutton. He'll take the 4th position. Hatchel has the freshest tires of the top 4.
Yeah,
so
6 laps fresher than Zach Carr's tires.
And Chris Samard just passed the 36. Oh, Sullivan into the wall. Man, look at all this lap traffic for the leaders. This is really going to hurt Gemmel's time.
Yeah, this is definitely hurting everybody here. Dennis Faircloth right in the middle of all this, exactly where he does not want to be.
Oh, this is going to get tight here, boys.
Yeah, Gemmel sends it down in. I think Dennis is going to be pretty respectful here. He usually is in these situations. Gets out of the way.
Be able to get the run here, and he'll be able to clear. But Gemmel, I tell you, I think Sullivan should start opening up a gap here. But you know, we talk about the leader having to go through this. 2nd place has to go through this. 3rd place has to go through this. So it's not like everybody just gets a pass here. So, I mean, you know, who was able to make a ton of time there was Seth Hatchel.
He is about 3 to 4 tenths faster each lap, and that is that difference on the tires, I think. He hasn't quite hit the next level of fall off as he gets by Angelo Ronas, missing the front end of that car. A night to forget for Angelo, unfortunately, but got a few more weeks to try and bounce back and at least put himself up there solidly in the top 5 in points this season. But could be out the window for a championship.
Yeah, sadly tonight, this is probably going to, as my dad would say, stick a fork in the old championship hopes. So I just, it's not going to be the way that Angelo Ronas would like to end the season and having at least a shot at the championship. But nonetheless, he's inside the top 5 right now, so in points. So something to keep your head up high about, but still unfortunate. I mean, bad situation running in to the back of Keith Mayato while he was trying to just get his lap back while him and Carr were battling for the lead. So just unfortunate. But, you know, it's a part of racing. You just got to be at the right place at the right time, and unfortunately, he was just not there.
Definitely not the right place at the right time. As Hatchel closing up on Zach Carr, this is going to be the battle for 3rd. Then a little ways yet to go up to the leaders, but Hatchel continuing to slice away 3 tenths a lap now.
Chris Samard, he is hauling right now.
Yeah, he was a 10 faster. Than,
he didn't have fresher tires.
About the same as Hatchel. I think 1 lap different there, but still much fresher than Carr, Stravato, and Gemmel. That being said, Gemmel has fresher tires than Stravato and Zach Carr, actually. So, yeah, Carr's tires are not actually.
Carr's starting to hit the fall off. It looks like he's probably about. He hasn't lost, but he hasn't gained. He's kind of stayed about equal here with about 1.5 seconds to the 6. I think by the end of this race here, we got about we're coming to 50 to go. I'm assuming that this race is going to be between the 6, the 8, and the 37 probably for the win.
I think it's going to be a little bit like what we saw at Richmond in the Rio Cup Series.
Oh,
yeah.
Hatchel! Oh, he sent it into the 27, moves him up the racetrack.
It looked like Zach was coming down to try and take that lane away, and there was nowhere for Seth to go because.
In the middle.
Yeah.
And they're closing up on the 33, who has a little bit older tire, or has way older tires than the 8, and a little bit older tires than the 30 or the 27. It's going to get tight here, and this is going to be exactly what Ryan Gemmell's going to want to see. He's going to want to see these 3 guys start battling here. But Hatchel looks up to the outside. He's going to try to roll that top and get the momentum. Carr shuts the door and almost puts him in the wall.
That was as close as it gets. Hatchel luckily backed out, but he's not going to be too happy about that. Zach Carr, doing everything he can to keep the position. I think it's just a matter of time, though.
Now for the championship, if we think about it here, there's a lot more on the line here with this pass.
As behind them, Hutton sliding up the racetrack. Samard trying to make that pass as well. They're going through the same battle almost and continuing to close up on these two.
So he needs to make this pass now. He doesn't want to wear out those tires. As right now, Emanuele is passing the 6 of Gimmel on fresher tires, unlapping himself and getting himself back on the lead lap. So we got guys fighting for the lucky dog. And then in the back, we got guys trying to fight for the win here as Hatchel continues to fight on that inside lane, but Carr just able to roll the center just better. You can see he's getting loose off the corners, wearing out those rear tires.
Yeah, Hatchel may just have to get in there and move him or just try to get to that outside. I mean, Carr...
There's going to come a point where he's going to have to, yeah. I just... Look at the speed that Hatchel has compared to the 27. Pretty soon or not, I mean, you're racing for a championship here. These are championship points on the line here.
The 8 machine working that bottom line, just not able to get the run off, but he's going to have to hope that Carr kind of flips up like he did when he was racing Mayato, but hopefully just not be right behind him when he does.
Yeah.
And
Samard, right behind him, he's next to the 88. Oh, I couldn't get the pass completed there. Oh, this could be good here for Hatchel. He's going to try to build that run off the corner here, but Samard using that outside, see if he can clear the 30 or clear the 88. No, he's going to be side by side with them. And Hutton's going to retake it, but you can see Hatchel, man. I tell you, Ryan Gimmel is loving this.
he hasn't been able to drive away as far as you might think, though. I mean, 1.2 seconds is a decent amount, but how much has he burned his stuff up? The thing is, he has fresher tires than the two cars directly behind him, and then Hatchel.
His best friend right now is Zach Carr, holding up that 8, who has way fresher tires than any of them right now.
And Seth trying something different. He backs off early, and I haven't really seen.
Able to do that.
Yeah, it was working for him, especially late in the run. That's where he closed up on Carr.
We're not there yet in the run, though. We're getting there, but I mean, you get to see how much tires matter. I mean, Hatchel has more of the pace. As you can see, Carr actually slipped up on the exit there, and he's wearing that back end out. Those rear tires are definitely starting to hurt on that 27, but I'll tell you, Hatchel is doing everything he can. You see he's getting a big diamond, a big arc into the corner, and diamond in the corners. You can see that might have actually worked. He's going to look to the inside of the 27 here.
Yeah, side by side out of turn number 4. Hatchel just not able to do it. Oh, but Carr maybe a little brush on the wall.
I tell you, Carr needs to keep those rear tires under him, because if we saw with AJ Stravado late in that run, I mean, Carr's going to be having to go about 70. Let's just say most of these guys, except Seth Hatchel and Chris Samard, and Eric Hunt, are going to have to go longer on their tires this run than they were the first run.
Hatchel, good run this time out of 4. Gets alongside across the stripe. He might have an opportunity down in turn 1. See what he does.
By the 88.
Yeah, Samard moving forward again. What a good race for him. Started 14th. No issues so far in this one. He's just done nothing but pass people all race long.
Oh, Carr dove it in deep there, and he's going to pay for it on exit here. Hatchel got... Oh, he got loose on the bottom.
And Gamel's lead continues to grow. A second and a half now.
I mean, Hatchel needed to get this passed down about 8 or 9 laps ago, and these tires are going to even out pretty soon if he doesn't get by. I think if Hatchel is able to get by the 27, he should easily be able to capitalize on the 33, who I believe is holding both of these guys up. He just has a little bit cleaner air.
Yeah, it's just so tough. Seth has to back out earlier, and he's just trying to make up all that ground he loses on entry, on exit, and he's doing that, but it just becomes equal at the exit of the corner.
Out, yeah.
And yeah, we'll see what he can do here. Just the laps winding down, under 40 laps to go. It's still a good ways yet to complete in this one. It's really flown by, though. No cautions. If we look at the race recap, 9 lead changes. We did have the incident at the front of the field, but didn't bring out the yellow. So good racing amongst this 22-car field tonight.
Man, we've only had 1 car. No, we still have all 34 cars, or 21 cars on the racetrack. So, been a pretty clean race, but it's been a great race as well. I mean, these guys have been putting on a show tonight at the Iowa Speedway, and this is why I continue to wonder. I mean, the Sim Iowa was awesome, and I think the real life Iowa was even better. And I don't know why we don't have a cup date here. So, and I'm sure, I mean, the great state of Iowa does deserve a Cup race, I would think. I mean, heck, if Gateway got one, I don't know why we can't get one here at Iowa.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the next one we definitely need to come to. The Cup Series as cars, big wiggle right there, but Hatchel not able to do anything with it. He's just stuck in that wake. The Mart is closing in, though.
Tires are starting to even out, it looks like. I mean, Hatchel, you can still tell that Hatchel has a little bit more better tire than in 27. It's just they're going to start evening out here.
Especially running right behind him like this.
Yeah, it's now or never for Hatchel to at least get this spot.
See if Samard can do anything when he gets there. Maybe he can help
there
push.
goes Hatchel.
Here we go.
This is a big pass here. And I think it's a big thing as well, because I feel like Zach Carr is pushing this car hard. You can see that he's pushing this car hard. Where his tire is going to be if Hatchel and Samard are able to capitalize, can guys like Hutton, Loveland, Mayato pass him?
That would be massive in the points. Every position he loses behind Seth Hatchel is another point lost in that championship lead.
This is why he's fighting Hatchel as hard as he has been. Samard is faster than both of these cars.
Yeah, he is closed right up. It could be the draft. It could just be that he is saved a little better. His tire's a lap older than Hatchel's, but still 5 laps fresher than Zach Carr's.
I'm really surprised that they haven't even came close to AJ Stravada, who's kind of settled in second here.
Oh, car on the wall, though.
Oh,
that is big checkup now.
It's going to be interesting here. If Hatchel, Carr's going to have to run a little bit lower. Oh, Hatchel really wasn't able to run the line he wanted to there.
He checked up big time, and that's going to allow Samard to close right up. And actually checks up Hutton a little bit more farther back. Gemmel, though, I mean, just continuing to put down great laps. He is the fastest car on the racetrack right now. 1.7 seconds. Oh, Samard caught the wall.
All good, composite.
Yeah, he just barely scuffed it there. You can see the right rear little mark on the orange paintwork, but not too bad.
You know, further back with these guys, we got a battle for the top 10. Nick Starling, Eric Lambert, Alan Dice, and Kyle McGarvey in the 42 was about for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th here. These guys having a solid little battle here.
Yeah, Eric with that damage. You can see he loses a bit of ground there out of 2. Struggling with the tires, I think, at this point in the run, but definitely a strong night. Qualified 9th, running in 10th. He's had a few of these as of late. He's had some really good performances, so good to see improvement there, and I know he's loving this next-gen car.
Love this next-gen car.
And Nick Starling as well. He's had some great performances, and these unique tracks kind of suit him. It seems that he runs a bit better at places like this than maybe a more traditional 1.5 miles, but
yeah. You know, I'm really surprised we haven't really talked about or seen today is shifting.
Yeah, I think the gearing's just not quite right for it. I was out there, did some practice laps, and didn't seem like there was really ever an opportunity to get down into 4th gear other than, just when you're getting up through the gears. That's the only time you're in any other gear.
I wish NASCAR would do something like that on certain tracks. I think it'd be awesome. I think that's one thing that we kind of underestimate is shifting actually kind of hurts racing product.
Yeah, they only...
Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, Texas this week, Texas is broken, but, I think, we talk about shifting doesn't help the racing part. It actually hurts it, believe it or not. Unless it's a road course. Road course is different, but...
Right.
And Pocono is another exception. But, shifting, it actually hurts racing product. Because if you think about it, if you miss a corner with just one gear, you can see the momentum loss. You can feel it and see it visibly with a guy getting loose or in the middle of the corner. Whereas when shifting, if you mess up, you just bang it down a gear and just mash the throttle off the corner, and you're fine when everybody's having to do the same thing.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Martinsville was a key one there that we saw didn't help things. But how about this battle for 3rd? Still raging on. Hatchel has closed back up on Zach Carr, and that 27 is struggling right now.
Yes, and this is the perfect time because look at the traffic in front of the 6 of Ryan Gemmel. A ton of cars. There's 4 cars, 5 cars ahead of them, all within this front straightaway, and these 2 are battling to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, these 2 resuming the battle that they had going on about 25 laps ago as Gemmel...
Car, though. He is struggling right now, like you said. And I think Hatchel might be able to get him into this corner here. Car is just getting loose off these corners.
Yeah, Seth just has to take such a shallow entry to try and stay off of that 27. He just can't get the power down. Car, even with his struggles, able to hang on to it with that high line momentum. But they're continuing to lose ground. You know who's making up ground?
Tell me.
AJ Stravato.
The Italian stallion, man.
He's closed up now a second behind Ryan Gemmel, who's behind all those lap cars.
This might be a 5-car race right now pretty soon. Gemmel is not liking what he's seeing in front of him. And like I said, these 2 cars ahead of him, Dallas Sullivan and Timmy Emanuele, are battling to stay on the lead lap here.
Angelo Ronas going to go another lap
get
down.
Tight off the corner here. Oh, there's contact.
Oh my goodness. It was 3 wide and he didn't even know it. I don't think they did rub doors there. But Dallas, we'll see what Dallas elects to do. He may get out of the way for these leaders battling for this. There's the 40 of Gilmore coming off pit road. Look at the gap now, though. Half a second.
And this is going to play big. With all this lap traffic we're seeing here, this is going to play big into, the battle for the 3rd position as well as the lead.
This is definitely hurting Gemmel right now. He's side by side with Dallas Sullivan, and there is just no way he has not been able to clear him. He might do it this time.
And I respect Dallas. I mean, you're fighting for your race if a caution does come out. You don't want to be that guy a lap down, but always the lucky dog here. But he's also racing that 39, who looks like he'll probably be getting lapped here pretty soon. So it's going to be interesting to see. Zach Carr gets loose out the corner, and there's a lap car here. If Seth Hatchel can use Angelo Ronas as a pick here off this corner.
Yeah, but Angelo, a teammate, right? He gets up and out of the way. Not going to be any issue, although...
Car got really loose off the corner. Here comes Hatchel on the bottom. He's going to have to send it in.
And here comes Samard as well. Hatchel is going to clear.
The corner.
Oh, boy. He might be able to just get in his way here. Oh, and Carr's in the wall.
Oh, man.
Bad to worse.
A lot of damage on that right front.
And Samard right there behind him. They've all lost so much time, though, to the top 2.
Hatchel completing the pass that he was hoping to do about 40 laps ago. But now Carr's going to have to fight off the 37, the 56, the 88. He's got 3 more cars behind that he's going to have to fight off. And he's got damage, and he's battled Hatchel for so long. Those tires are dead, and he still has to make them last for about another 18 or 19 laps.
Going to be interesting to see. So that's another point for the 8 machine in the bucket there. That'll help chip away at that championship lead. And if his teammate can get by, and these other drivers also. Oh, look at the big wiggle there. Hard right behind him.
He goes to the outside here.
Yeah, Chris will race you clean, and he wants his the best finish he can get too. He's had a few rough finishes in the last handful of races, so trying to just get a nice solid run.
James Loveland making a pass for the 6th position on Eric Hutton. He's going to be able to get that spot from the 88.
Goes Samard, almost took a peek there. Hatchel is faster than the top 2. Well, faster than the race leader by a little bit, so he could.
Got enough time.
Yeah, I think he is going to run out. Oh, the slide.
Gosh, Zach Carr. Pretty soon, I mean, Zach Carr might lose the back end of that car.
What we saw.
Got really high there too. He got really high, and he got up in the marbles almost. Oh yeah, he definitely got up in the marbles. Now here comes Samard down on the inside trying to make a pass.
He's going through what we saw with Reggie Ortega earlier in the race, where Reggie ended up losing the back of that car.
And I tell you, if he does lose the back end of that car, oh, caution! Oh, Nick Starling is around!
Oh my goodness, this changes
boy,
everything.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This race just took a turn. And, we talk about the guys fighting to stay on the lead lap. Timmy Emanuele was able to hold off the 6, and Dallas Sullivan is going to get the lucky dog.
So everybody's back in it here, and this is what brought out the yellow flag. Eric Lambert, Nick Starling, side by side.
Locked up there and got into the back of the 7 and spun him. Great job keeping it off the wall there, but yeah.
Reggie Ortega just able to stay off of him.
We got pit stops. I tell you, Zach Carr, though, he has that damage now. I'm curious to see how it's going to affect him on the short run.
Gemmel's got to be perfect here.
Yeah, he does.
This is his race to lose, really. I think if he has
Stravato has the first pit stall as well, so that could be a big thing for Stravato. Money stop here.
I don't think anyone could possibly take 2 tires. The fall off just too bad here. Gemmel nicely in the box.
Perfect there. Oh,
Stravato overshot.
Oh, he missed. Oh, that's big.
Hatchel, remember, he came in 3rd. He's close to that exit line. What can Gemmel do? Here he goes.
First. Great stop by Gemmel. Zach Carr is going to fall off to 3rd, but wow. AJ Stravato down to 6th. Eric Hutton speeding on pit road, it looks like.
Oh, man. Yep, he's going to fall to the tail end of the lead lap here, and that is... that's more cars than he would like still left in this thing. 18 showing on the lead lap at the moment.
And I can see Angelo Ronas, Dennis Faircloth probably trying to take the wave around here, and they will. Oh no, Angelo Ronas coming down pit road, but
Angelo's he's already a lap down, so he's not going to be on the lead lap. But we see Zach Smith could take a wave around.
Looks like Gilmore, Smith, and Faircloth will be taking the wave.
Nick Starling going to go a lap down as well.
So Starling, Atkins, and Brendel.
My auto got a bunch of damage fixed. He does have a lot on that car still. So it may not be a factor for the win, but trying to get a top 10 out of this thing.
Salvage
as
some points out of
he
this
almost runs into the end of pit lane.
Oh! Yeah, that was big. We talked about this pit lane and green flag pit stops, but dang. Close. And I think we almost saw who was it. Eric Lambert almost killed the pit barrels, and Keith Mott almost killing him right there. You know, talk about a good comeback. Alan Dice, and right behind him, the 42 of Kyle McGarvey, who we haven't talked about all night. He's up in the 8th position.
Great performance. I know I was talking with him a little bit before the race as well. He practiced a lot with the other Simulators Anonymous boys, and obviously it's paid off for Eric Lambert and also for Kyle here tonight. They're running in the top 10, so really good performance from both of them. And pace car lights are still on. It looks like the other 2 Simulators Anonymous machines will opt for the wave around. Faircloth will go back to 1 lap down, and Robert Gilmore will go to 4 laps down. As Angelo Ronas will get a wave around here, I think, or he's trying to get more damage fixed, possibly.
Yeah, well, speaking of Eric Lambert, he is, I believe, a veteran, and speaking of veterans, Memorial Day up this week, so for any of those who might be watching, any fellow, any fallen soldiers, or even those who have served in the armed forces, thank you for your service, and we celebrate with you this Monday for Memorial Day, and this weekend with the Coca-Cola 600, the Indy 500, Monaco. It's gonna be awesome, and if you're a race fan, it's gonna be awesome this weekend. Again, thank you to all the men and women who have served in our armed forces, and giving us the freedom to do this, and like Adam, going out to witness the greatest spectacle in motorsports.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that, and great point. Thank you all the men and women out there who served us and made the ultimate sacrifice as well for the great country we live in. As we will be celebrating that next weekend. So looking forward to it. And tonight we're about to be ready. One of these drivers is about to be ready to celebrate a victory, and right now it is Ryan Gemmel and Seth Hatchel at the front of the field. So Team V-Speed row 1, then you got Zach Carr and Chris Samard row 2, Stravato and Loveland in row 3, and then Alan Dice and Kyle McGarvey row 4. Pace car gonna make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. The field in the hands of Ryan Gemmel. Just 10 laps to go in this thing. Waiting. There we go. Tire spin.
Tires. Oh, that was almost big. Car's gonna lose a few spots here if he can't hold up on the bottom there. Great. Oh, Ortega gets spun in the back. A great oh no, he loops it around. Great back up the racetrack. Caution's gonna come back out.
That will knock just a couple more laps off. It means even less time for someone to try and pass Ryan Gemmel, who got it perfect on that restart. That car actually didn't end up really losing many spots, just 1 position lost from bad tire spin there. But let's take a look at what happened to Reggie Ortega. Bring out that yellow flag.
That kid's from bad to worse, let me tell you. You can see there. Oh, he came down there on the 7.
He almost had it saved, and then yeah, just loops it around.
Yeah.
Cold tires as well. It's going to be really tough to do anything with that. So, fairly harmless incident other than for the 2 machine. Let's go back and take another look at.
Yeah, looks kind of like a racing deal. I mean, the start was coming up a little bit, but Ortega did start coming down a little bit there, and they kind of just met. I tell you, this yeah, this could be interesting. You know, I gotta ask you, who's your pick to win the Coke 600 this week?
Oh man, I have not even thought about it. You know, it could very well be Kyle Larson. I think going out there.
I think so. I got a good feeling Kyle Busch is gonna win this weekend. I think Joe Gibbs had great speed on the 1.5 miles, and I think KB can get it done.
It could
I hope he does.
It could very well be another Kyle and Kyle show like we've been.
It could be.
And,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean this car's been great on the 1.5 miles, so I'm looking forward to the race. Other than Texas, I'm looking forward to the Coke 600. I think it could be one of the better ones we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I was happy. I was out of town for that one from what I've seen about the reviews from that race. So, yeah, I'm not too upset that I missed that one. But
yeah, and obviously you're going to Indy. So who's your pick for the Indy 500?
Oh man,
There's a lot of good cars.
And I'd really love to see Jimmy win, but you know, I just don't know. It's so tough to do that in your first time. It's not impossible with the speed that he's shown this weekend, though. He could have a legit chance. I think it could be Scott Dixon, though, too. I think Scott.
What was the last time a pole sitter won the? Let's say what was the last time a pole sitter had won the 500?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't been watching it that long to really know.
No, I'm trying to think. I mean, I just started getting IndyCar about 2 or 3 years ago. Let me tell you, it is awesome. I love IndyCar. IndyCar is awesome. You know, you love motorsports, and IndyCar, Formula One, all kinds of motorsports are just awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very competitive. Last year was amazing, and I think this year is gonna be nonetheless amazing as well.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing start to finish last year, and I was not disappointed. This season, the races have all been very entertaining as well. I have really enjoyed it. It's really the purest motorsport I think we still have left, and it comes down to driver skill almost entirely. The cars being so similar, and everything else basically the same. It's in the driver's hands. So really cool.
Yeah, I feel like that's possible with this next gen car, at least in racing. Because obviously the tire issues have been a big thing, and I think we got to obviously figure out the dirty air issue, which I'm sure they're going to try to figure out for next year. I'm sure there'll be some changes to the race car come Daytona in 23. But nonetheless, we've had some amazing racing. I think with this next gen car, I think we're going to see, just even in real life, I think we're going to see a lot of development over the next few years, and I think we're going to see some amazing racing. So it's going to be awesome. But my pick for the Indy 500 is Marcus Ericsson.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad pick. I mean, another Ganassi car. So
yeah, I think Ganassi has a lot of good speed in the Indy. I think Marcus Ericsson, and then obviously you can't count out Takuma Sato.
Oh yeah, and you never know about Castroneves either. I mean, he's not had the speed really, but it's about experience, especially at the end of that race, like last year, how he got it done. But yeah, we'll have to wait and find out. Coming up in a week now. So excited for that. Already been to that.
Another race. VSPEED After Dark.
Oh yeah.
After this, at 10:30. Around there, yeah. Around there. Once this race finishes, VSPEED After Dark. Pro 2 Lights, the old Texas Motor Speedway. What is it, the road course? Yeah.
Yep, the infield road course is going to be a fun one. That was a lot of fun to watch last time that we did it in the street stocks. This time in the Pro 2s, though. Should be a whole lot of fun. We're coming back to the green flag this time, though. Ryan Gemmel, again, the race leader, going to have control of this restart. His teammate on the outside and behind him. And then Zach Carr as they stack things up just a little bit. There we go. Green flag back in the air. Gemmel, a good jump. Hatchel did a pretty good job getting up speed. Here goes Carr now, looks to the outside.
Yeah, this is big for the points as well. The 3 wide behind them with the 19, 39, and the 88. Carr looking up to the outside now, going to be able to get the run. Ryan Gemmel looking for that first win in a long time. He's going to need to hold on for about 3 more laps here.
Car's bobbling farther back. Timmy Emanuele.
Going to go 3 wide on the corner. Oh, there they go. Lambert spins. Big wreck. Hutton spins. Sullivan up the racetrack. Oh, hard hit. And Brendel gets in and Atkins piles in. They all wrecked on the front stretch. Gilmore just missing it. And Angelo Ronas' night goes from worst to, I don't even know what's after worst, but injured, gone on that 22.
This all started with the 39 and the 19 who were racing it up here.
3 wide here.
Amber down low gets loose down on the inside. You can see he's trying to catch it. 39's trying to save it all the way through. He just eventually loses it, and then Lambert loses it, and they all just pile in here. Huge.
Sullivan.
Yeah, huge hit for Alice. So let's go back. Take a look at the 46 here.
He tried to save it there. It gets into the 88, and it gets clipped by the 19. Oh, hard hit.
And Ronas into it.
It's one of the harder hits you'll see at Iowa.
Yeah. Seen some big hits on small tracks this season in this league.
Yeah.
I think New Hampshire we had 2 or 3 flips. What was the there was another track we did not expect to have so many
was it 5 flags this year?
No, I think it was Richmond.
Was it what?
Or not Richmond.
Hold
Phoenix.
on.
Remember, it was a smaller track.
I think it was 5 flags.
I know we had some hits there too, but there was another one.
Martinsville.
Is that the one where we had the multiple flips?
I think we had 2 flips at Martinsville, surprisingly. It was either there or Rockingham.
That's the one.
It was the All-Star race.
Yeah. All right, looking on board here from TJ Brendel. It's open, and then it's not. Oh.
A windshield full of the 46.
And then Adkins gets collected right there as well. They go sliding up the track. Lambert, he got clipped there at the end too. He got a piece of all of this thing. Really, he got hit.
Unfortunate end Lambert's night, or big bum in the road for Eric Lambert there. He was having a great run, and let me tell you, he's having a great run. Is Kyle McGarvey again, up to 7th. James Loveland also in 6th. Dyson 8th. Emanuele in 10th. Oh, somebody's ending this win. But yeah, tell you, this is gonna be a big win for Ryan Gemmel if he can hold off his teammate here.
See if we, Kyle McGarvey's having a great night. You want to pull him in? We don't get to talk to Kyle very much.
We don't. Let me find him. There he is. All right, let's get him in here. Kyle McGarvey, Alec Martinez, and Adam Baker in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on, man. You're having a heck of a run tonight. We're coming to a green-white checkered. How are you feeling here?
Feeling good. If everybody behaves themselves here. Hopefully nobody tries anything crazy. We should be good. I wish I would have stayed green. I like the long runs, but that's all right.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, we wish you the best. Hopefully we don't curse you like we always do when we pull somebody in here. You got anything for him, Adam?
No, just good luck out there in these last few laps, man. Hopefully you can keep it pointed in the right direction, get a nice solid finish here.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, man.
Thanks.
He's on Simulators Anonymous, right?
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah. How about shout out to Simulators Anonymous? Also shout out to the race sponsor. What is it?
Butts Mobile Homes.
Butts Mobile Homes. How about it?
You can learn more about them at the link in the video description, as well as Martin Sports, the sponsor of the series and the league. Learn more about them, and you'll hear from them in a few moments when we get to the conclusion of tonight's race. But Ryan Gemmel, he's just hoping he can make it there in one piece, and he's out in front of everybody else. It's been a good night for him.
Got a green-white checker. It's going to be really, really tough.
63 laps led tonight, which I think is it's definitely the most for him this season, most for him in quite some time. I think dating back to Bristol season 3. Yeah, a couple seasons back where he led a lot of laps. I think he led over half the race. But
how many laps has he led tonight? 60. I mean, that's over, well, about half, right?
A little bit less than half, but yeah,
Still
definitely.
less than half? Who has the most laps led is the real question.
It's definitely Ryan. He's got 64.
Ryan? All right.
Hatchel has 24. Zach Carr has 45. Serpato with 13. And then Mayato has 3. I think he's the next most. Maybe a few others that led a little while. But yeah, those are the top lap leaders here tonight. Gemmel out in front and try and lead the last few and close things out.
Yeah.
See how he can do it here. If he can do it, I know the pressure's on. He's been waiting for this moment. This is his best opportunity to win in quite a long time. Had a couple runner-ups here this season. Get it done. The 6th VSPEED machine pace car about to head off for the final time potentially tonight. There he goes.
And he's off.
Green flag back in the air. Yeah, got into Mayato.
Killed Mayato in the back end there. But Gemmel, a great restart. The battle is on for second here. Carr up on the inside. Big in the point situation. Can he clear the 8? Yes, he can.
Hatchel's going to try and cross him back over, though, down into turn number 3 along the inside. Goes the number 8 machine. Coming back to the white flag. Can they all make it around? Side-by-side door contact there. White flag in the air for Ryan Gemmel. The 6th machine, 1 lap to his 2nd career victory.
This is exactly what he wants to see from his rearview mirror. Gemmel, a great run off of turn 4. He could see the checkered flag. Behind them, Carr and Hatchel battle side by side. Stravato up the racetrack into the outside wall. Off of turn 4, Ryan Gemmel is going to get his first win of the season.
And Hatchel ended up losing it. He'll come home 3rd. Oh, what a win for Ryan Gemmel, though. What a race for the 6th machine. He gets it done. Gemmel's been waiting a long time, and he's going to be very happy to get it here tonight at Iowa. I'm not sure how he was feeling about this race, and I'm sure I know how he's feeling now.
How about it? What a race. Great race overall tonight. And what a drive by Ryan Gemmel. I mean, you said a long time coming. He's waited a few seasons for this one. And what a great job by Ryan, and a great race overall. Hope all the fans enjoyed, and we'll talk to your winner here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we will be right back.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying, to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every 3rd Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server, and with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Back at the racetrack now, we're going to be pulling in our third place finisher from tonight's race. Seth Hatchel, this is Adam and Alec in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey man, it came down to the wire there, right between you, AJ Stravato, and Zach Carr, trying to get that second place behind your teammate Ryan Gemmel. Man, this race was pretty wild though. A lot of twists and turns. You had fresher tires at one point, working your way forward. What was it like from your perspective here, and especially that fight at the end?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't know what to really expect coming in here. I haven't done very well in the past here, and qualified. I think it was second I ended up being, and thought I was decent. I got the lead there off the green flag, and then sort of threw anchor like lap 20 or so. I think I fell back to 6 or something, and finally something clicked with me. The end of that first run was starting to make time, and then I went long that first run to try and have a pretty big advantage that second run. I think it worked out fairly well, except of course I couldn't get by Zach. That second run I spent just way too much time behind him. Got to figure out how to pass better around here, because if I could have gone by him cleanly and then AJ, I think I would have had a decent shot at Ryan. But yeah, there at the end it was, I was having a tough time trying to get a decent enough jump starting outside of Ryan, and I know Zach was trading place a couple times on the restarts, and he's able, I don't know how he cleared me into 1 on that last restart, but he did a great job, and then just fighting real hard there at the end. I can't believe I didn't wreck into 3 that last lap. I think I was nearly full lock to the right, and then just flat footed off 4 and lost it.
Yeah, a lot of people lost it there off that final corner. It was a handful, especially on those cold tires, from what we could see, and it kind of devolved there at the very end. It was tough for a lot of people to hang on, but man, you pretty much maintained the gap up there to Zach Carr in the points. He'll gain 1 on you, I think, by after tonight's race, but 3 races left. You're still well within reach of that championship, which would be 3 in a row. How do you feel about trying to get a little bit closer at Atlanta next week?
Yeah, this year it's definitely going to be tougher than the last 2 years to get them with the chase format rather than the 1 race championship for the last couple of years. But I feel pretty good. These last couple of tracks definitely could have stuff happen. Obviously, I need some pretty good luck on my side and a little bit of misfortune on Carr's behalf. But I think we should have the speed. Just a matter of trying to have enough points between us in the finishing.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to come down to the wire, I think, between you and he, and also AJ Stravato and a few others that are still within that 30-point range. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how things shake out. But man, you've been so consistent this season. Another podium finish. You ran up front all night long. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank you, Adam and Alec, for doing a great job with the broadcast. Butts Mobile Homes for sponsoring the race night, and all the sponsors for letting us do what we do. Nick and all the admins for doing a great job run this league. All the drivers putting on some great racing, and my team VSPEED.
Awesome, Seth. Well, congrats on another top 3 finish and keeping yourself in the championship fight. Go celebrate, and we'll catch you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, that was 3rd place finisher Seth Hatchel, and we're going to pull up 2nd place finisher. That is Zach Carr. Alec, I believe, are with him.
I am indeed, Zach. Well, it was a crazy race for y'all, and especially for you, man. I know you got up into the wall, but you come up 2nd. What did you need to catch the 6?
Probably just another long run, and even then I think Emil was pretty quick on that first run when he was behind me and Keith there, but yet again, we don't really know, I guess, because me and Keith burned our stuff up, and you seen what happened there, and I just want to apologize to him because, man, that ruined his race, and I hate when that happens, but I was trying my best to hold him off there before that pit cycle, and I don't know, the tire just went away, and then it went up the hill, and he had nowhere to go, and neither did Angelo, so I feel bad for those guys, but it's just going to happen at a track like this where it's 1 lane and everybody's on each other's bumper, and one guy messes up, everybody kind of runs him over. So I feel bad about that. But no, overall, I think Emil definitely deserved it tonight. He had the fastest car, I believe. I'd say I was a solid top 3 car. I'm just glad to come out of here with a solid finish.
For sure. I mean, you build the points gap over Seth there by just edging him out there for 2nd, and I believe he got 3rd. So we go to Atlanta. You've been pretty strong on the mile. You've been strong everywhere, but it seems like your strong suit this year has been the 1.5 miles. How do you feel about going out to Atlanta Motor Speedway? I tell you this, it's not the plate track Atlanta, at least. So It's normal Atlanta. So how do you feel about going out there?
Well, I'm glad it's normal Atlanta, something that actually takes a bit more of actual driving the car skill. You know what I mean? Not so just drafting,
Yeah.
but it gives me a little bit of comfort feeling. And on top of it, like you said, I've been a little bit better at the mile and a halves, and I would agree with you. I think it's more of the fact with the way this new next gen car is. I'm not very good with it. Like last week at Chicagoland, where it's really snappy. That's kind of where I struggle, and as you've seen, Keith with it, I think was the best one there. So, but if we just have a decent setup in Atlanta like we should, just runs like a normal mile and a half, I'm going to be pretty much back into a comfortable state, and just going to try to go for that top 3 as I try to do every week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and obviously, you're right now. You're looking like the championship favorite, but I got to ask you. But obviously, before we let you go and celebrate your second place finish, anybody want to give a shout out to?
Obviously, you guys up in the booth for putting on an amazing broadcast. League owners and league sponsors for actually letting us do this. My own personal sponsor, the Creative Hemp, and Bernie Breakdown. Always happy to have them on the car and shout them out every week, and get them a little bit of exposure. My teammates for always working with me, and communication is always key when you have teammates. So we work good over there. So just thanks to everybody pretty much, and I guess we'll be back here next Tuesday.
For sure, man. Well, we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, that is second place finisher Zach Carr. We're going to go now to our race winner, the second time in his career here in the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series. Ryan Gemmel, this is Adam in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey, man, I know you've waited a long time. We figured we could let you wait a little longer to get up in the booth here for a race win, man. You get it done tonight. You lead 67 laps. You had to go through a few pressure cooking situations there at the end of it with the overtime finish and all of that, but man, you got it done. How does it feel, and how'd you get here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels really good. It has been a long time since the last time we've done this, so definitely is refreshing. But no, I think if it wasn't for Zach and Keith getting tangled up on the front stretch, I probably wouldn't be here right now, because it's just so hard to pass. I mean, it was really, really hard to pass. So thanks to those guys for wadding it up on the front stretch.
Hey, you take what you can get. I mean, sometimes a win is just being in the right place at the right time, but you took advantage of the track position. You were able to get by AJ and take the lead away, and then you drove away from everybody, and definitely looked like your race, it was in the bag there, but cautions, of course, throwing a wild card into it. You held them all off. But
yeah, it was pretty stressful there at the end. I mean, I had a pretty good long run car. I had pretty decent speed, and I was racing with some lap cars there, and I was getting more upset than I should have been, just because they were fighting to stay on the lead lap, and I was fighting to stay in the lead because AJ was bearing down on me. But it was like as soon as I could kind of get clear of some of the lap cars, I'd drive away again, and then that last or second to last or third to last caution, or whatever that first one was after the long run, once it came out, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me, because I thought it was going to be smooth sailing for that last green flag run, really. And had to work for it there at the end, but luckily, getting the jump on restarts is huge, especially here, and just being able to protect the top from getting runs to your outside is really the key. So
yeah, you
glad
did.
I was able to make it happen.
Yeah, you did it perfectly here tonight for your second career win in the league, and we got a few more races before we close out the season. No, you're not quite in the championship hunt right now, but still a very good season overall. How do you feel about going to Atlanta next week as we start to close things out?
Yeah, Atlanta is a pretty good track for me, but I haven't raced there, I don't think, in this new next gen car. So I don't even know if it's the new model. I don't think it's the new Atlanta. So, but we'll see. It's probably just going to be your typical mile and a half race. So a little bit of strategy and a little bit of luck, and we'll try and be there at the end next week too. But those two DNFs to start the playoffs definitely didn't help my cause. So we'll just try and scrap together these last couple races and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, you definitely still have a good shot at least a top 5 points finish. So this will do a lot to help you there, man. Congrats on the win. I know you've been wanting one of these for a while, so really, really big congrats from us up here. And, of course, the team and anybody you want to give a shout-out to before we let you go celebrate.
Yeah, shout-out to Butts Mobile Home for coming on board, sponsoring the race. Everyone at Below the Double Yellow, and all the admins at the league for putting it on and working as hard as they do to allow this league to run as smoothly as it does. You guys for broadcasting week in and week out and doing such a great job. And my VSPEED teammates and everyone that came out to watch.
Awesome, Ryan. Well, again, congratulations. Way to put it back in victory lane. And we will catch you next week at Atlanta.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Congrats, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right, race winner Ryan Gemmel. What a night for him. 67 laps led, started in 4th, and takes the victory here at Iowa in the Butts Mobile Home 150. Let's go through the rest of the results from tonight's race and get ready for VSPEED After Dark. We ended up with 3 cautions after, 135 laps of green flag racing. Really fantastic race from these guys. 9 lead changes. Ryan Gemmel takes the victory here tonight. He'll finish first. Zach Carr in second. Seth Hatchel comes home in third. James Loveland, he gets a top 5. He'll come home fourth. Chris Samard-Southey in fifth. Kyle McGarvey sixth. Keith Mayato seventh. Alan Dice eighth. AJ Stravato ninth. And Timmy Emanuele rounds out the top 10.
Yeah. All right, Nick Starling 11th. Eric Hutton 12th. Dennis Faircloth 13th, Reggie Ortega 14th, Eric Lambert 15th, Zach Smith 16th, TJ Brandel 17th, Cody Atkins 18th, Robert Gilmore 19th, and Dallas Sullivan rounding out the top 20.
21st, Angelo Ronas and Ben Bafford, who did not take the green flag, showed as 22nd here tonight. But man, what a fun race! This is one of my favorite racetracks, and it definitely did not disappoint tonight. Want to give a big shout out again to Ryan Gemmel, the rest of the drivers out there, the sponsors of tonight's race as well. All of you guys that came out to watch the broadcast tonight, hope you enjoyed, and make sure to tune in over on Twitch in a few moments for VSPEED After Dark. Won't want to miss that one. So yeah,
fun.
Yeah, looking forward to next week as well in the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series, live from Atlanta on Tuesday night. And we will be back, I believe, starting next week with BMW Car Club of America on Thursdays once again. So couple series kicking off next week. So
for sure, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to see some of y'all at VSPEED After Dark kicking off here probably within the next half hour. And then again, happy Memorial Day to every single one of you, and to you, Adam. Safe travels to Indianapolis, and hope everybody enjoys the great weekend.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much again, and have a